Welcome to the house of the tragic poet. While very little is known about the people who lived in this house, this is a great example of a well-preserved atrium-style home where wealthy citizens of Pompeii would have lived. You can see in this room that it also has the characteristic frescoes that homes of the wealthy would have had, as well as important buildings within Pompeii. There's a great deal of detail, and it's amazing that it stood the test of time, especially with the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Here you'll see the front entrance of the house. This type of entrance is very characteristic of an atrium-style home with the open ceiling above a pool. The pool would have been used to collect rainwater that would be used for cleaning and cooking, as this type of house would have had a kitchen. Slaves would have been cooking in it, and there would also be slave quarters somewhere in the house as well. You can see below that there is a mosaic that is very detailed, although it is not a picture or anything like that. This would have been made of small tiles or even stones and painstakingly laid out. As we turn around, you will see somewhat of a garden, which is open completely to the sunlight above. And while we don't know what type of plants would have been planted here in 79 AD when Mount Vesuvius erupted, it has been planted with some shrubs to allow tourists and visitors like myself to get an idea of what it may have been like here in this garden. As I mentioned, this house would have had a kitchen, and you can see here that this is where the oven would have been. Below is the oven, and above is an area that would have allowed smoke to escape and the cooks to get some fresh air in the heat of southern Italy in the kitchen. This room would have been the dining room of the house of the tragic poet. Now, people in this time did not eat at dining room tables and sit upright like we do today, but rather there was a large table in the center of the room with couches surrounding it, and people would lie on their sides and eat on their sides. Much like they would take hours to take a bath in Pompeii's bathhouses every day, they would also take a great deal of time to eat and enjoy one another's company. You can see here on the walls that this room has great examples of frescoes, and the House of the Tragic Poet has some of the best preserved frescoes in all of Pompeii. And the pictures depict Greek mythology. Now, these frescoes are fantastic clues into the culture of Pompeii and are very closely watched to be sure that they are not destroyed over time.